So moving forward to these different growth techniques. So this is the really good stuff. This is about growing that list. And we're gonna talk about the 7 strategies that I use. So there's a really important thing about growing your list, which is that every time you send an email campaign, people are going to unsubscribe. So if you are not actively growing your list, if you are sending emails, your list is going to be shrinking. The amount of times that you send your emails, whether it's once every 2 weeks or once a month, it needs to be, you need to look at the data and make sure your list is growing more than the unsubscribe rate. Otherwise, you are sending out your emails too frequently, or your list is not growing fast enough, or you need to really rethink your calls to action and like what you're sending them, right? So you can use any of these 7 techniques individually. You do not have to use them together. All of them are valuable, and I'll tell you which ones work the best for us, and I'll tell you a little bit about more about each one. So just to cover all 7 of them, number 1 is in-person signups. So every time you participate in an event, have that email list sign up right there for you guys. Number 2 is calls to action. So that's when somebody visits your website, what do you want them to do? If they read a blog post on your website, at the bottom of that blog post, what is the next step? Does the blog post just stop and then they're supposed to go back to the beginning and click the home page? Make sure you have an option for them to be able to take a next step, and that's a call to action. Number 3 is pop-ups. So that's actually when you're visiting somebody's website, and a little time afterwards, you see like a little modal in the middle of your screen that says like sign up for our email. So pop-ups right there. Content upgrades. That's the stuff that we've been talking about, like offering free ebooks, free printables. You have to sign up for the list to be able to receive them. Running contests is a really great growth strategy. Facebook headers, I'll go in greater depth on that one. I know it sounds a little vague right now, but it'll make more sense once we cover that. And then number 7 is using your email sign-up page as your main landing page, and I'll explain that more too. But basically, here are those different 7 techniques that we're going to talk about a little bit more in depth. All right, and then so this is a screenshot, you guys, of what we're doing digitally. So if you see, this is like 7/16, so I just took this screenshot a couple days ago preparing for this particular talk. This is the amount of new subscribers that we received digitally at Pop Shop America. That's our monthly view. These are all online, so this is including all of our content upgrades. This is including the pop-up. The only thing that this is not including are those in-person signups, which we actually did a couple of events that month, so we had a pretty big month, so it was about another 100 or 150 right there that we received for the month, so that's pretty good. Our unsubscribe rate on that particular email, I would say, is maybe about like 20 or maybe 30 people unsubscribe. We send it out twice a month, so it's a pretty healthy list. So in person, so we want to gather those email signups during any in-person events, and really this is the whole